Hi, my name is Kieu. I would like to go ahead and share this particular recipe that I used during my COVID-19 to alleviate some of the symptoms I have. I'll go ahead and go through this recipe. It consists of 3 parts, and we're going to go ahead and start right now. Okay, got it. What I'm about to do, this recipe consists of 3 different parts. This is part 1. This is what we're going to need. We need 325 milligram of aspirin. But if you're on any sort of blood thinner, do not use 325 milligrams. Use 81 milligrams. If you're allergic to aspirin, if you have any ginger, ginseng, and turmeric at home, you can do about 7 to 8 slices. It's gonna be okay. To replace the aspirin, you can use those. What it does is it's a natural product to thin your blood. The reason why we use aspirin because COVID-19 causes blood clotting. So this one's gonna help to prevent blood clotting. What you're gonna do is gonna take it out, wrap it in a plastic wrap, and you're gonna smash it. You can use immediate release, or if you don't have immediate release and you have interior coated, a delay release at home, it's gonna be okay. You can go ahead and use it. The second thing is you're gonna use the lime. It's gonna be lime, not the lemon, okay? What are you doing? You're gonna skin it. Okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and peel it to the skin really well. Then afterwards, we're gonna go ahead and stir and turn on the stove. Well, next we're gonna turn up the heat, and we're gonna go ahead and pour the water in. It's roughly about 2 cups. Next, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put this lime right here. The reason why we use lime is for the vitamin C, to increase our immune system. So you're gonna put it in there. Leave it for about 20 minutes. It's kind of low. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on high. We're gonna leave it boil for about 20 minutes. Next, what I'm gonna do is gonna go ahead and put the aspirin in. I don't want to miss anything, so tip it in. Try to get everything out of it. So next, I want you to go ahead and stir it. Let it cook for 20 minutes. Cover. I'm gonna find a lid. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and use this. This one is a little bit big, but that will do. I have this one pre-made already. What you need to do is mash this. I want you to go ahead and remove all the pulps out. Once you remove all the pulps out, I want you to go ahead and throw it away and leave it aside. Make sure when you drink it, make sure it's hot. If you don't like it hot, make sure it's slightly warm. It's gonna be okay, but do not drink it cold. What it does is the benefit of it's getting hot. Try to get some of the fluids into the lung, the hot liquids to the lung. It's gonna be very bitter. No, do not add honey into this one, okay? No honey into this one. Drink it all at one sitting. Try to finish it. If it's really hard for you to get it down, try to finish within 15 minutes. Do this every morning when you wake up. Before breakfast, if you can do it before breakfast, it's fine. If you need to eat, that's okay. But this is part 1 of it. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the second part of it. On the aspirin with the lime, make sure you do it for 5 days in a row. Every single morning when you wake up in the morning, 325, 1 lime, 2 cups of water. Boil it for, I would say, about roughly 20 minutes. If you notice if it's not high enough, make sure when you use the spatula, make sure when you touch the lime, make sure it's softened enough for you to remove all the pulps out and drink it all. If you don't like the pulps, and you can drain it, but be really careful when you drain it, okay? Sometimes you're going to remove some of the aspirin residue, so it's not going to be beneficial if you remove some of it out. What it does is try to prevent blood clotting and increase your immune system with this. This is very, very important, okay? This is one of the most important steps in all 3 steps. This is part 2. Remember that lime we cut, peel it up in part 1. I want you to save it. We're going to use it for part 3, okay? So do not trash it. This is the ingredient for part 2. Hopefully I don't mispronounce, but smoolian flowers. The second is red onions. Do not use the yellow one or the white one. The second one is a cinnamon stick. I bought this from the Asian store, but you can get it at Walmart, Sprout, anywhere. The one we get into at Walmart is a lot thinner. It's gonna be fine. You can do half of it, or else you can do the whole thing. But the more you put in them, it's more flavor, and the color is gonna be a lot darker if you do use the bigger one. I like to wash mine, so I'm gonna go ahead and wash mine right now. Okay, now mine is washed, so I'm gonna put it aside. the onion, this one, if you have a small one, it's gonna be fine. If you have itsy bitsy one, you can use 2. But if this is a medium, I think that's a medium. Yeah, you can use 1. But if you have a large one, it's gonna be okay too. It's better. You know what? I save everything. I'm gonna save this peel too. We're gonna use it for the last step. What you're gonna do is you're gonna cut into 1/4, okay? Lengthwise like this. This is big enough. If you wanna get it cut smaller, it's gonna be fine too. You know what? We can do smaller. If you have a smaller one, you can do 1/4. But you have a bigger one, 2, 4, 6, 8. You can do 8. What you need is a gallon of water. I think 1 gallon would last you 1 day, a day and a half. Depending how much you drink. But usually when I do it, I do 8 ounces, 6 to 8 ounces every 3 hours. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the onions in. Put my onion in. I'm gonna make it easy. I'm gonna put my cinnamon stick in too. And this flour right here, I'm gonna go ahead and do it last. When it boils, I'm gonna do this one last. So we're gonna let it boil. We're gonna go ahead and cover it with a lid. I'm gonna use that lid for that pot. I'm gonna let it sit. Sorry, I forgot. You're gonna let it sit for a boil for about 30 minutes first. Then I'm gonna go ahead and cover it. The last 30 minutes, you're gonna put this one in, okay? So, okay, it has been 30 minutes already. I'm gonna go ahead and put this bag in. It's about 0.25 of an ounce, which is about equivalent to 7 grams for 1 gallon of water. If you're gonna double it up, you're gonna do 2 onions, 2 cinnamon stick if it's small, and 2 bags of the bouillon's flours. It going to go by different names. I'm gonna go ahead and give that names to you. That one right there, which I can't pronounce. But anyway, it comes in different packages and size. But this is how the flour looks like. This is a different bags with different brand. But anyway, you're gonna be using 0.25. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and stir it. I want you to go ahead and cover it up for 30 minutes. But we're gonna go ahead and total, it's gonna be about 1 hour and 15 minutes, maybe a little bit more. There's a reason why, because make sure the onion is a little bit soft. That's when you know it's done. I like to leave mine in there for 1 hour and 30 minutes, but you can get it out by 1 hour and 15 minutes, it's gonna be fine. Pre-mixed already. This is about 1 hour and 25 minutes. You see the color of the cinnamon? It's brownish. And you see the onions, it's very soft. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. And once you're ready to drink it, you can do it every 3 hours for when you have your COVID-19. This is how I do mine. I drain it like this. You see the color of the tea with the cinnamon and the onion. If you don't like the taste of onions, you can put some honey. But don't add honey if you're diabetic. The reason why, because you're gonna be drinking it every 3 hours. Your blood sugar is gonna go up. But this is how it looks. See, that's how it looks, the final product. You can drink about this much or about that much, it's gonna be fine. But you can drink it hot, or else if you make 2 gallons or you have extras throughout the day, put it in a gallon container, put it in the fridge. Once you take it out, you can drink it cold or hot. It's better it's hot, or else warm it in the microwave. But if you're in a rush, you can drink it cold. But I do my lukewarm. Remember earlier the scrap from the limes and the onion peels? I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the last part, which is the steaming. I'm gonna put it in. What I do, if you have lemongrass at home, it's fine. You have mint, that's fine. You have basil, that's fine. What I do is when I eat oranges, cuties, or grapefruits, I save it and I let it dry as I put it in the oven. And I save it. I'm gonna add some into it, but whatever you have at home is gonna be fine. dry lemons, dry lime, cuties. Okay, you're gonna let it boil for about 30 minutes on medium heat. I would say about 7 to 8. Cover it up really well. Remember that last part that we were doing the steaming? Whatever you do, it has been about 30 minutes. Do not open the lid. The reason why we're gonna steam, because we're gonna try to keep as the max steam in this pot as possible. But if people that's claustrophobic, they don't want to be covered from top to bottom, they want just to do the upper part of the body, then we're gonna use a smaller pot. But if I would prefer to do the whole body. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add more water. But you're gonna use a steeper pot instead of a lower pot. You put all the ingredients in as before, the lemon peels, the basil leaf, whatever you have at home, lemongrass. But we're gonna put in a steeper pot and cover the lid. Make sure the lid is always covered. This is I forgot to tell you, but this is really, really important. I want you to go ahead and open it. You see it's boiling. Everything we have, the orange peel and grapefruit peels. I want you to go ahead and drop. This is what I have. If you have eucalyptus oil, menthol, Vicks drops. This is menthol oils. I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 drops and cover it up and turn it up to high heat again. Let it boil for 5 more minutes. And we're gonna go ahead and steam. Leave it on high heat. Let it boil for an additional, I would say about 4 to 5 minutes. This is if you have, if you want to do it upper respiratory steaming only. But I like to do the whole body cover. And okay, we're gonna start steaming. Make sure no kids and no pets is around. I want you to go ahead and this is the spot I'm gonna sit. But I want you to go ahead and dress light, very light. This is really, really pretty thick, but a t-shirt, a tank top. You can undress just your underwear, a Speedo, bra on only. So make sure you have yourself a very long blanket that's able to cover to the floor, so nothing come out. When you make sure you have a stir in your hand. When you open the pot, you do it very slow, because you don't want everything to come out all at once. That's why when I say you need a steeper pot, that's why try to do it once a day, but do it once a day, or you can do it in the morning, or else you can do in the evening. But this is going to be the last step. This is how you do it, okay? You open it slowly. You inhale like this. Try to move the air into your lung. Do it really, really slow. Do it slow. Try to do it for 15 to 20 minutes. You're going to be sweating a lot. Slowly. It says this is open. You're going to be sweating a lot. And please do it only once a day. Don't do it twice a day. The reason why you get very dehydrated, you're going to be respirating a lot. So you're going to be losing a lot of sweat and a lot of electrolyte. So try to do it once a day only. Once you finish, when you get out, drink some water, wipe yourself up really well. You can save this and do it again the next day. Just add more stuff in, more menthol in, or eucalyptus oil, whatever you have at home, it's gonna be fine. Whatever, basil, mint, lemongrass, whatever you have, it's gonna be okay. You don't have to buy anything special. But if you don't have anything else, you can do plain water and eucalyptus oil, it's gonna be fine. But this is the last step. Do it once a day. From part 1 to part 3, you do it 5 days in a row. Especially with the aspirin, you start out with the aspirin first. Then afterward, you do the tea. Every 3 hours, you do the tea and the steaming. You could do it. But this is the remedy I do, and it's a lot of people does it here, and it works really well. But anyway, thank you. Hope this is helpful for everyone else. Okay, bye.